All right. Sorry. Wonderful technology. We are back. We got the rest of AJ's picks. We'll go over them in a little bit. But right now we've got Pete Berkland with us. Hey, Pete.
Hey, Tim, how are you?
Great. How you doing? Thanks for doing this. Appreciate all
Oh,
your
well, thanks
love
for,
for our program. And
yeah, long-time listener, long-time Jays fan, not as long as you, but
so are you where are you located, Pete?
I am in Minneapolis.
Nice. That's right. You'd mentioned that. Well, I'm a Minnesota guy,
Yeah.
so there we go. That's good.
Where'd you grow up
I
then?
grew up up by Fargo on a farm about
Okay,
60 miles from Fargo, about 35 miles northwest of Detroit Lakes.
I know where that is. My family's from kind of east of there, and then I grew up around Brainerd.
Oh, okay. I usually say Monoman and people go, "Oh, the town with the casino." I go, "Yeah, I grew up right down the
Yeah.
road, like 14 miles from there
Oh, okay. So,
to the west
okay. To the west of
on
Monoman. Okay,
Highway
so
200." Yep.
I've been on that road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're like close to Twin Valley
That's
and
where I went
Olin
to school.
Itterdahl.
There you see, you even know.
Okay, okay, and then you guys went to state in the 70s, right?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So yes. Yes, we did. We did. I was in college then.
Okay.
And we went to, we spent a bunch of money and went to the regionals. And so then we went to the state and we're like, college kids, we didn't have any money, like, well, what are we going to do? So we, carpooled like 6 guys down there and all jammed into somebody's apartment down there in the state.
Okay. Yeah, so my family is from the Bagley area.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so
yeah, I'm all
small
familiar with all
town.
that area. So, yeah, we had a great team.
All right.
Claude Epigard was our stud player.
Okay.
However, we ran into really good, who was it? Osseo, maybe Osseo? It might have been it.
No.
I wanna say Winona, but it wasn't Winona.
Was it Cotter?
No, no, it
Oh,
was like
okay.
Osseo, I think, is who we played. Anyway, they
Okay.
smoked us. They were just so much bigger than us. Alright, but enough about Minnesota high school basketball. We are here to pick the brackets, and I think you can see the brackets. So we got Pete's bracket pulled up. We just want the upsets in round the
Yep.
first round, and that's any 9 or through 16 that would win. So you got any in that first round in the Duke Regional?
I have got South Florida beating Louisville.
That is an incredibly popular pick.
I mean, uh, again, like I said, I don't like their coach, so
Yeah, I think he's. I
and
think he's I think it's an overrated team, to be honest with you.
yeah, and, as you see, I'm an SMU grad, so, they did beat SMU, but, not by much, and with BJ Edwards out, I just think Louisville's overrated.
Yeah.
So well, the funny part is Javon Headley with Louisville, he played AAU with my son,
Oh
for
wow.
a year. My son's been out of AAU, out of college for 2 years. So, that's how long Javon's been playing, D1 basketball.
All right.
Um,
Anything else in that
you wanna
round?
go No, that's the only
All right.
upset in the
So
first
let's go
round.
Duke, Ohio State.
Duke,
Kansas and St. John's in a great game.
St. John's.
Everybody's going St. John's. All right.
Yeah, which is
Michigan and South Florida. Michigan State, South Florida.
Michigan State.
And then UCLA and UConn.
Oh, I wanna see Hurley make McCronen's life miserable, UConn,
Okay.
and especially since I watched UCLA lose to the Gophers at, Williams Arena.
Yeah.
So,
Gophers had a good
yeah,
year, though.
amazing year playing 6
And
guys.
they're in the crown with Creighton.
Yeah, I was surprised, but,
Crazy. Well, nobody
yeah.
wants to play. That's part of it, I don't think those teams in the
Yeah, that
crown are their first choices. I don't think a 14-19 Rutgers team is their choice. But they have to
no, and I don't
they're obligated. The Big East didn't even get 2 teams, which is they're kinda obligated to. I think these postseason tournaments are gonna almost fall away because nobody wants to play in 'em. Um,
or
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
did
well, you
mention
saw some.
you mentioned Mick Cronin, so somebody, my buddy was saying something about Mick Cronin, how terrible. I go, "I'm on an island of one. I kind of enjoy him." He's got
Yeah,
a dry sense of humor. He's very sarcastic. Sometimes people don't get that, but I
mhm,
kinda like him, and I kinda like him blasting that reporter the other day for asking a stupid question because I go to these press conferences and I'm amazed at the stupid questions people ask. Okay,
I
but we're going on to UConn, Michigan State.
oh, I mean St. John's. I got the Johnnies beating Duke first.
Okay. Yeah, I go to the bottom, then work around. That's good.
Oh, I'm sorry, you
Yeah,
go to the
yeah, that's
bottom.
alright. Well,
Okay,
I just it's easier for me to move this thing up and down.
right,
Okay,
okay.
Michigan State, UConn.
Izzo pulls one of these out of his hat every couple of years, and I think they find a way to just cobble it together and beat UConn.
Alright. And do we really wanna see St. John's, UConn 4? I don't know. Maybe we do, maybe we don't.
Uh,
So we don't have to.
yeah, yep.
Michigan
Uh,
State and St. John's.
St. John's.
This is an extremely popular pick among Jays fans.
I like watching this St. John's team. I did not like watching them last year.
Yeah, they can
I
shoot the
just
ball.
Yeah, and I just like that point guard.
Problem
Just
is
he
how
is
are they gonna let let them play physically like they like to play? That's gonna be the
Yeah.
big,
I mean, yeah,
big question.
can Zuby put his hands all over everyone?
Yeah. Alright. Let's go down to the Florida region. You got any upsets in that first round?
I got 2. I got VCU beating, North Carolina.
Again, extremely popular pick.
Yep, and I have, Texas A&M beating St.
Yeah, and I
Mary's,
I think
Buckyball.
that's I don't know if that's popular, but I think it's a solid pick.
I, yeah, I'm just not sold on the way St. Mary's plays, and again, people love the West Coast Conference and no one watches their games.
Yeah, I know. Well, they used to pretty much have that 10:30 slot locked, and they don't anymore, so alright,
Yeah.
Houston and A&M.
Houston,
Illinois, VCU.
Illinois,
Vandy and our lovely Huskers.
Vandy, Vandy,
Jays fans love knocking the Huskers out. And Florida, Clemson.
Florida.
And again, we have that Florida Vandy matchup. I think Vandy just got screwed having to play Florida again.
Yep.
Florida, Gate, take it.
Yep, Florida beats Vandy,
Yeah, they're not going to beat them
and
twice, I don't think.
Houston beats Illinois,
All right. And then a great matchup with Houston and Florida.
and Florida wins the
All
rematch.
right. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to Arizona region. Any upsets in the first
Uh,
round?
Mizzou uses their home court advantage to beat Miami,
Okay.
even though we do have the Dennis Gates syndrome, right?
Well, it's the Frank
Mm.
Haith game.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a believer in those home court advantage games. But anyway, we talked about that earlier. Is that the
Yeah,
only one you got?
yeah, that's the only
All
one.
right. So Arizona, Villanova,
Arizona.
Arkansas, Wisconsin.
Oh, Arkansas.
Oh, okay. Again, I'm gonna keep repeating this line so everybody hears it. The world is littered with ripped up brackets of people that don't move Wisconsin to the Sweet 16 every year. I'm just telling you. I've said that
Well,
line for the last 8 years, and I've been right 7 of the 8.
is
Um,
is Nolan Winter healthy though?
it doesn't matter. They just win.
Yeah,
They just win.
yeah.
BYU and Zaga.
Gonzaga.
Hold on, you didn't take SMU? Oh, they're in the next one. Never mind.
No,
All right.
I didn't. No, they're in the next one.
All right.
And
All
I'll
right.
tell you
Hold on.
why.
I'm jumping ahead. All right. So, BYU, you took Gonzaga,
Yep,
and then Missouri, Purdue.
Purdue.
All right. And then Purdue and Gonzaga.
Purdue.
And then Arkansas, Arizona.
Arizona.
All right. And who you got winning that region?
I got Purdue.
Nice.
I think Tommy Lloyd has a, vapor locks and, something, they have a game where they don't play well. They're 4 freshmen. So I just think Purdue wins that game.
All right. I like the pick because, again, everybody's going Arizona, and that worries me because I think they're gonna win too, but I could see
Mm.
exactly what you're saying. Okay, let's go to the Michigan region.
All chalk in the first. Oh no, I have St. Louis beating Georgia.
The Billikens.
I want to see. Yeah, I want to see Larry Nerd get another uh, get another game.
Yeah, that's a tough man, that's another one that I just am struggling with. I don't know where to go with that one.
Yeah, I
Okay, let's go Michigan, St. Louis.
Well, hold on. You want to know why I don't pick SMU?
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Um,
why?
okay, so I think they beat Miami
Yeah,
because they got BJ Edwards back.
yep.
But their big guys have been so inconsistent this year, and Rick Barnes doesn't really lose in the first 2 rounds. And I just don't think they have enough horsepower.
I've watched SMU a ton this year. 'Cause I was
Yeah.
really high on him, and yeah, they've disappointed me a bunch in some big games.
Oh, you watch that North Carolina game and they just ran him out of the gym, and then
Yeah.
then BJ Edwards gets hurt, and and Boopy Miller. You think about it, Boopy Miller hits a 3/4 court shot, and that probably gets him in the tournament.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, when you look back on it,
so
crazy. Alright,
um,
so we got Bama and Texas Tech.
uh, Bama.
Alright, and then Tennessee, Virginia.
I think Tennessee beats Virginia. I I watch Virginia, and you still have that lingering memory that it's amazing watching the Virginia score 70 points a game.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, it is, but
yeah,
I'm with you and several other people. I think Virginia is, like, way overrated.
yeah. Um, and then and Iowa State beats Kentucky.
So then Iowa State, Tennessee.
Iowa State.
Okay. And then, at the top, we got Michigan and Alabama.
Michigan beats Bama.
Okay. And then, Michigan and Iowa State.
Michigan goes on and wins.
Okay. I think we've got of the you are the 5th person that's picked, and I think we almost maybe not quite, but we've had almost a different winner out of that bracket every time.
Hmm.
I think it is probably the most intriguing. Like, people all of us, go back 3 months, everybody was like, "Nobody's gonna beat Michigan," right? And now
Yeah.
they've kinda got a chink in the armor, right? So now everybody's like, "Well." Yeah, the problem is they don't have with the Bama pot thing going on now, they don't have a whole lot of resistance in their quadrant. I mean, they're
No.
almost walking into the finals.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah, Iowa State though is
I
formidable.
just yeah, and and again, you're now going away. You're not doing that crazy Big Ten travel schedule. Where you're wherever you are. You're maybe playing Sunday, Tuesday.
Yeah,
Then you're on the West Coast Thursday, Saturday.
yeah,
Um, I think, that helps a little bit as well.
yeah. All right. Well, we're into the Final Four. We got St. John's in Florida.
Florida, I really like Golden as a coach. I think they can negate the physicality of St. John's.
He's my Mick Cronin for some reason.
Oh, he is a little goofy.
I got a buddy
So,
Rocco who is a West Coast guy, so he knows him very well, being on the West Coast, and that's where he got started, and just loves the guy. And he had that Florida thing with the
oh,
texting, pictures of a girl. Just the whole thing just was very disturbing to me.
well, and you know, again, being at Florida is like being at SMU. It's football, spring football, and if basketball does something,
Yeah, well, they've had a great basketball success though,
yeah,
and
well,
then yeah, and then he's kind of full of himself. I don't know.
mm,
Purdue, Michigan. Wow, Big Ten
uh,
battle here.
yeah, going back, Purdue goes back to Indiana. like they did in the 1980
Oh,
Final
wow.
Four,
Yeah, yeah.
and, but Michigan pulls this one out.
Yeah, in the 1980s.
Iowa was there too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ronnie
It was a
Lester
very,
and
very subpar Iowa team, if I remember.
yeah.
And then where's in UCLA in that group?
Yep, and Louisville.
Eh,
And then Louisville won with Daryl Griffith.
Daryl Griffiths. So here's a Daryl Griffiths story for you. I was, in college, I don't remember the exact year. I told McHale this when he came to Creighton's practice last year. So it was Minnesota played Purdue on a Saturday. Joe Barry Carroll against Michael Thompson, and Michael
I was in the
Thompson's
gym.
ate his lunch that day,
Yep.
and the Gophers won, and the very next day, so they played back to back. The very next day, national television, NBC, Al McGuire, Billy Packard, Dick Enberg, they played Dr. Duncanstein in Louisville, and the Gophers won again. I was at both those games. It was the most electric thing. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I was I was what, probably, yeah, I was 10. I think I had a weekend where I went to a Gopher hockey game Friday night. I was at that game watching Michael Thompson just destroy Joe Barely Cares. And then, yeah, and then that was when the Gophers were on probation, so that was the only time they were on TV all year.
Yeah.
And that was a game where Bill Duffy was the player of the game. I think he had like 14 points or something, the agent.
Yeah. They had,
Yeah, that was probably the
the
peak.
Gophers had a front line of 6'10", 6'11", 6'10", because Winey was the other guy, wasn't he? Dave
Yep.
Winey?
Yeah, from that, and then the guards were Flip, Saunders,
Lockhart?
and Osborne Lock
Osborne
Yep,
Lockhart. Yeah.
played for the,
Flip
Globetrotters.
didn't Flip come off the bench?
No, he started as a
Okay.
freshman. Musselman found him in
Yeah, I
Ohio,
remember that. But I remember I thought he
and
was, like, and then to the warm-ups when they had Bussman, they had George Schauer was the guy that spun the basketballs, like 8
yep,
basketballs at a time. He
that's
put a basketball on the tip of a razor and shaved a cheerleader's leg one time.
okay, I missed
Incredible.
that one.
As the ball's spinning.
Um,
Unbelievable.
if you go on YouTube, there's a Minnesota, Indiana warm-up where they do that.
Uh,
You can watch the warm-up.
I mean, I went to a Gopher game when Musselman was there. It was like it was a
Yeah.
circus, man. Clyde Turner,
Oh, it was
Ron Behagen, Jim Brewer, it's
again,
great. Dave Winfield, it's awesome.
yep. Well, and you think, if, they woulda had Oberding,
Oh, yeah.
he left with Musselman, he would have been a junior with Thompson and McHale as a
Yep.
freshman. Yeah,
I went to that
yeah,
state
there were
tournament when
players.
Oberding played.
My high school coach guarded him in the region finals and said, "Yeah, we triple teamed him and held him to 40."
Oh, so who did he play for, Barnesville?
Staples. No, he played for Staples.
Okay, because I was at maybe that was the year before. We went because it was right
Yeah.
in Moorhead where I went to Moorhead
Right.
State, so we went to the regional, and it was, one of my buddies, was from Barnesville, so we all went to watch Barnesville play, and then, yeah, I
Mhm.
thought maybe they ended up playing Melrose, but I don't know. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So, um, yeah, well, just great teams. Great
Oh,
teams. And
yeah.
who would have thunk that a guy sitting in the crowd watching those games is now coaching the Gophers, and a coach's son is coaching San Diego State? How strange.
Yeah. I I used to play Dutch one-on-one at basketball camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He was great. I got to
So
talk to him when we played in the Maui tournament.
oh,
They had a coach was
yep.
saying in an interview, I told him from Minnesota. He's like, "Oh god, that brings back great memories," and he was talking to me about it.
No, he's great. Really nice guy.
Yep.
Yeah, my son was out at Maui.
All right, let's get to the final.
All right, the final is I'm sorry, I have Michigan beating Purdue.
Oh, you said Purdue. Oh, I thought you were going with
No, we were talking about Purdue, but Michigan is gonna win. Sorry. My
okay, so
bad.
they get the revenge. So we had a Florida
Yep,
Vandy revenge game, and now we have a Michigan Purdue
yep,
revenge game.
yep, and I have Michigan.
Oh, coming back from the dead to win it. And they're a 1
Yep,
seed, and it
I
feels
think
like an upset.
yeah, I just again, who knows?
Hey, you know
But
what, Pete? You're the only guy that's had Michigan so far, so you're probably sitting in really, really, really good shape.
we'll see what happens.
Pete, it's been a pleasure. Thanks. You can
Tim,
hop off. I
well, and again,
I just gotta wrap up the
yeah.
show. Really, really, really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for the time. And again, appreciate all you do with the banter and go Jays.
Yeah, and, we have to apologize to everybody watching that we went into a Minnesota Gopher history, but gosh, that was fun.
All right.
Thank you, Pete.
Yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
We will. All right, that is Pete. So we want to jump over to AJ because AJ gave us his picks as we got bumped off the internet. He was having problems. We were having problems. Everybody was having problems. I don't know what the deal is today. But let's get AJ's picks pulled up here. All right, here we go. So we were down to here. He's got Texas Tech beating Bama, which we got. And then Michigan versus Texas Tech. We got into an argument about their highest score, being in jail. That's what AJ said, but I still think Philman's their best player. Sometimes highest scores aren't your best player. And then he's got Michigan over St. Louis. Yeah, we got that. He's got Michigan beating Tech. And he's got Iowa State over Tennessee. We got that. And I'm sorry, he's got Tech over Michigan. Wow, okay. And then it's a long way for that injured team to go. And then he's got Iowa State. Okay, which is a nice pick. So he's got Iowa State moving on. So he has a Final Four of St. John's, Houston, Arizona, and Iowa State. And it's got St. John's over Houston and Arizona over Iowa State. Again, another, it's a crazy, we just went over Pete's bracket and he had a couple of rematches in there. And now we're going to have, this comes out, we have Arizona and Iowa State. Another rematch. A lot of rematches from conference tournaments. And then he's got Arizona winning. Okay. There we have it. Thanks for dealing with all of the technical issues we had this morning. Really appreciate it. And make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. It helps us out a ton. We'll be back with you tomorrow, like I said, with three pickers to finish out our brackets. And then don't forget, Thursday and Friday, we're going to have Mike Rochon with me, and we'll kind of preview each day and give you some picks and give you some point spread picks as well. All right. Thanks, everybody.